Johnny Depp was once untouchable, a Hollywood rebel who could do no wrong. From Edward Scissorhands to Pirates of the Caribbean, he defined an era of blockbuster cinema and built one of the most loyal fanbases in the world. But the past decade hasn't been kind. Court battles, scandals, divided headlines. The man who once ruled the box office became the center of one of the most controversial celebrity sagas of our time. Now, in 2025, Depp is back in the spotlight. He's directing films again, shooting new projects with major stars, and still holding on to luxury brand deals that most actors could only dream of. But here's the question: is this a genuine comeback, or a fragile illusion that could collapse at any moment? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll see why Johnny Depp's future hangs in the balance. Johnny Depp, once Hollywood's most bankable rebel. But after years of lawsuits and scandals, 2025 has become a defining year. Is this his comeback, or the slow unraveling of his reputation? Johnny Depp has worn many hats in his long career: actor, musician, producer. But in 2025, he returned to a role many forgot he once claimed: director. For the first time in over 2 decades, Depp stepped behind the camera to create a feature film, and the project he chose wasn't a blockbuster action flick or a safe franchise play. Instead, it was Modi, 3 Days on the Wing of Madness, a dark, artistic biopic about Italian painter and sculptor Amedeo Modigliani. The film focuses on 3 pivotal days in Modigliani's life, as the artist battles poverty, rejection, and the inner demons that would both fuel his art and lead to his tragic early death. Depp has said in past interviews that he's fascinated by outsiders and rebels, characters who defy convention but pay a heavy price. Modigliani fits that mold perfectly, and Depp's decision to direct this story seems deeply personal, almost a reflection of his own struggles with fame, reputation, and artistic identity. When Modi premiered in London in July 2025, it was more than just another film release. It was a symbolic return. The red carpet event at the Curzon Mayfair marked Depp's first major directorial showcase since his 1997 cult film The Brave. That earlier project had been torn apart by critics, and Depp never directed another movie, until now. So, the London premiere wasn't just about Modigliani. It was about redemption, about whether Depp could prove himself as a filmmaker after decades of being defined only by his acting and his scandals. The reception, however, was mixed. Some critics praised the film's atmospheric visuals, its moody tone, and Depp's willingness to embrace a subject that wasn't commercial or safe. The Guardian called it an atmospheric portrait, though it also warned that the film leaned heavily on reverence for its subject, sometimes at the expense of storytelling clarity. Artnet, writing from the perspective of the art world, questioned how much of the film blurred fact and fiction, but acknowledged that it succeeded in capturing the chaotic energy of Modigliani's world. For Depp, even this lukewarm praise represented progress. After years in which his name was more likely to appear in a courtroom headline than a film review, Modi gave him something new to be judged on: his art. It placed him in the conversation not as a fallen star chasing attention, but as a filmmaker taking creative risks. On the red carpet, cameras flashed as Depp arrived, dressed in his signature eclectic style. Fans gathered outside the theater, some holding old Pirates of the Caribbean posters, others calling out encouragement. The event felt like a collision of 2 eras: the Depp of the past, who once ruled box offices, and the Depp of the present, trying to rebuild through quieter, more personal projects. Whether Modi will stand the test of time is still unclear. But one thing is certain: for Johnny Depp, this film was more than a movie. It was a statement, a declaration that despite controversy, despite years in the shadows, he still sees himself not just as a performer, but as an artist in control of his own narrative. Critics described Modi as stylish but uneven. The Guardian praised its atmospheric tone but argued that Depp leaned too heavily into idolizing Modigliani rather than offering a balanced portrait. Meanwhile, Artnet highlighted how the film blurred fact with artistic license, questioning whether its mythic portrayal overshadowed historical truth. Still, both outlets acknowledged the ambition behind Depp's return to directing. For audiences and critics alike, the London premiere wasn't just about Modigliani, it was about seeing if Depp could re-establish himself as more than just a scandal-ridden star. At the same time, Depp has been busy in front of the camera with his next major role. He is currently filming Day Drinker in Spain, directed by Mark Webb, best known for the Amazing Spider-Man films. The project is backed by Lionsgate and features a star-studded cast including Penelope Cruz and Outer Banks actress Madeline Klein. The film's story follows a mysterious guest aboard a luxury yacht, pulling a bartender into a dangerous world of secrets and crime. When Lionsgate released the first official still, it sparked buzz across entertainment outlets. Depp appeared with gray hair, a full beard, and a sharp double-breasted suit, a look that many called his most striking transformation in years. Spanish press confirmed shooting in Tenerife and Barcelona, underscoring the film's sleek Mediterranean backdrop. For fans, this was a clear signal: Johnny Depp is not retreating, he's stepping back into ambitious, high-profile cinema. Even with years of public controversy, Johnny Depp has managed to hold on to one of the most lucrative deals in his career. Dior continues to feature him as the global face of its blockbuster fragrance, Sauvage. This partnership, which began nearly a decade ago, has weathered storms that would have ended most celebrity contracts. In fact, the campaign has not only survived but thrived. Sales of Sauvage have consistently ranked among Dior's top sellers, and in 2025 the ads featuring Depp remain front and center in magazines, online, and even on billboards. For Dior, the choice is clear: Depp still sells. For fans and critics alike, it's one of the strongest signals that luxury brands still see him as marketable, despite the courtroom headlines and polarized public opinion. To some observers, this endorsement is more than an ad deal. It's a vote of confidence from one of the most influential fashion houses in the world, proof that Depp retains star power in spaces where image and reputation matter most. But not all of Johnny Depp's 2025 headlines are glamorous or tied to red carpets. This year, he was forced to address a shocking and disturbing trend: imposters using advanced AI technology to create fake accounts in his name. These weren't just simple fan pages or look-alike profiles. The scammers went much further, cloning his voice, replicating his likeness, and building entire online personas designed to convince fans they were speaking directly to Depp himself. For devoted followers, the illusion was convincing, and tragically, some fell victim to these manipulations. Reports revealed that one fan lost as much as $350,000 after being persuaded by a fake Johnny Depp. Recognizing the seriousness, Depp issued public warnings across his verified social media channels, urging supporters to trust only official accounts. It was a sobering reminder of how dangerous technology can be when weaponized against celebrity trust and loyal fans. The stakes were high. Reports surfaced of fans losing staggering amounts of money, with one victim allegedly scammed out of $350,000 by a convincing fraudster. Outlets like People magazine and Entertainment Weekly amplified Depp's warning, stressing his message: trust only official, verified accounts. For Depp, this was a sobering reminder of the dangers of celebrity in the digital age. Even as he tries to rebuild his artistic reputation, technology-enabled deception threatens to tarnish trust between him and his fanbase. Of course, no conversation about Johnny Depp in 2025 is complete without acknowledging the shadow of his courtroom battles. The defamation war with Amber Heard officially ended back in 2022, when both sides reached a settlement after the explosive televised trial. But the story didn't fade away quietly. In 2024, Heard lost a legal fight with her insurer over who should cover her trial costs, a decision that once again put the case back in the headlines. Though Depp wasn't directly involved in this appeal, the ripple effects kept the controversy alive, ensuring that audiences never fully separated the man from the courtroom drama. For Depp, this lingering presence in legal news serves as a reminder: while he may be focusing on filmmaking and acting, the public memory of those years hasn't fully disappeared. His name is still tied to one of the most talked-about celebrity trials of the 21st century. So, where exactly does Johnny Depp stand in 2025? On the surface, the signs of a comeback are clear. He has a directorial project, Modi, out in theaters. He's actively filming a high-profile studio production, Day Drinker, alongside respected names like Penelope Cruz. And his Dior Sauvage partnership continues, a rare corporate endorsement that's lasted through years of turbulence. But the picture isn't so simple. Critics remain divided on Modi's quality, with some praising its ambition and others dismissing it as overly indulgent. Scam headlines have cast doubt among his most loyal fans, making people more cautious about who they trust online. And the courtroom saga, though technically closed, still hangs in the air every time his name resurfaces in the media. In other words, this isn't the dramatic rise or the total downfall that other celebrities experience. It's a fragile balancing act. One misstep, a poorly received film, a messy interview, or another round of bad press, could undo the fragile progress. On the flip side, consistent strong work, smart career choices, and careful management of his image could cement a genuine comeback. Depp's future hinges not on one film or one campaign, but on whether he can sustain momentum in the long term. So what do you think? Is Johnny Depp truly rebuilding his legacy, or is the damage permanent? Has Hollywood forgiven him, or is he still walking a thin line between redemption and decline? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the rise, fall, and redemption of today's biggest celebrities. This is one story that isn't over yet. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we break down the biggest rises and downfalls in celebrity culture every week. And while you're here, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Johnny Depp is staging the ultimate comeback, or is his downfall already sealed? I'll be reading and replying to as many as I can, so let's get into it.